G'day guys, welcome to my RS Wise feature video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about NRL Round 20's recap preview for 2021 guys, so let's get started. So starting off with this first game of that match, we see the Roosters going up against the Eels. Now this game, I know for a fact that the Eels haven't been really good so far. They lost a couple of players such as Mitchell Moses due to a back injury. He is going to be back for next week, or obviously this week. But I do apologise if this is going to come out very late. I was busy, so I was extremely busy, so I didn't have time to upload it as soon as I can. But yeah, I'm obviously going to upload this tonight. But this game was 28 points to 0, and the Roosters had the job done. And obviously for the Eels, they were really struggling with so many kicking possessions and stuff like that. But I know for a fact that the Roosters, they are a really good team. They've got a really solid team. They are the third best team to beat, and they obviously are a very hard team to beat. But with Joseph Manu, Josh Morris, them two, they are just really professional. And obviously Sam Walker, he was absolutely really good to make it a really good ball game for this team. But for Sam Walker, I just think he'll have a wonderful season for this year and for next year's season. But for obviously helping kicking goals, scoring tries, try assists, he's a really good player, so I really rate him for that. He's not underrated, I'd say, or I don't know how you say it, but I'm not going to really say for both. But for the Eels, they are just terrible, and I just have to say, for this team, when Mitchell Moses comes back for this side, I just have to say that the Eels aren't really good enough of a team without Mitchell Moses and Dylan Brown, because without them two, they aren't a very good team at all. So yeah, well done from the Rabbitohs for making a really good win against the Eels anyway, 28 points to 0. The next game of that match, we see the West Tigers going up against the Warriors. Now in this game, I know for a fact that this match was absolutely really good, but these two sides aren't really good of a team because obviously they have missed Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. He is leaving. He's obviously going to Auckland Rugby, New Zealand Auckland Rugby. He is going to, so obviously know him. Yuan Aiken, he was an absolute speed freak. They obviously scored 2 tries in that game, and it was 18 points to 16. Obviously, this one was a close game, and I would benefit that this game was pretty much an authentic win for the Warriors to get only just a win in this game. But I would have to say for the West Tigers, they are a really good team, but losing Dane Laurie due to broken leg, and a couple of minutes of the first half was absolutely appalling. And I would have to say that would be sad news for obviously the West Tigers, and obviously big blow for the West Tigers fullback. But obviously in this game, what I do suspect by the West Tigers, I reckon they will stay in the finals, but I just don't think they will play a really good game in the season. But for the Warriors though, what I really like about this team is they are a really good ball playing team. They are good. They have good attack, good defense, and I just have to say, getting 18 points to 16 this scoreline was, and for the Warriors to win by 2 points in that game was absolutely really good by the Warriors in this match. But I have to say for this game, it was pretty much hard, and I would have to say yeah, this game was pretty much tight, and well done from the Warriors for making a really, really good win against the West Tigers, 18 points to 16 in that game. The next game of that match, we see the Broncos going up against the Cowboys. Now, this game was a big win for the Broncos because obviously these two sides are really good sides, but sometimes if, say, for instance, the Cowboys go up against the Broncos, the Cowboys sometimes win, but if the Broncos go up against Cowboys, then Broncos win. It's a really good derby, and these two sides, really do have a big fight because in the record of this game, I just have to say by these two sides, they are a really good team, and obviously in this match, it was pretty much hard, and I have to say for these two really good teams, I really do think that the Broncos are a really good side. Excuse me, but 37 points to 18 in that game was absolutely really good by them, and I just have to say by these two sides, they are a really good side, and they are a really good team because the Broncos, job well done for them, credit to them. Credit to Tyson Gamble for kicking that field goal to make it 37 points to 18 in that game. But Tony Staggs scored 2 tries in that game. Well done from him. But for the Cowboys, I know that I just said that, and I just have to say by these two sides, they are a really good team, and safe to say, they are a really good side, but not really, I suppose. But yeah, well done from the Broncos for making a really good win against the Cowboys. But I just have to say, can't really say anything else. But yeah, well done from the Broncos for making a really good win against the Cowboys, 37 points to 18 in that game. The next game of that match, we see the Knights going up against the Raiders. Now, in this game, 34 points to 24 in that game was absolutely really good by the Newcastle Knights, but it wasn't really good because obviously the Raiders in the second half going back to back, obviously scoring tries in that game wasn't really good for the Knights if they only just lost, but the Knights only just kept the win and let the Raiders lose that game. But obviously no Bailey Simonson, which that means Jordan Rapana was number 1 in that side for the Raiders. They were a really good team, but I just have to say, like, the Raiders are struggling at the moment, only by a little bit. I'd say 30%, because the other half, I'd say, they're keeping it alive, and I just really do hope that they are a really good team, and I just really do like how the way they play, because the Raiders are a really good team, but they aren't good at the moment. And obviously for this game, I just really do like how the way they play, and yeah, they obviously are a really good team. But for the Knights, I really do like how the way they play, but at the moment, they just aren't really cooperating with their handling skills and at the moment. But since they won against the Raiders only just 34 to 24 in that game, was just really good by them, and yeah, can't really do much about it, but yeah, and just luckily good of a win by them. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about this team because they are coming down, struggling, but they only just won in this game, 34 points to 24, but luckily they win against the Raiders anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Storm going up against the Panthers. Now in this game, the Storm were a really solid team, 3 tries going to Dean Eremaya, and then obviously Sorensen and Brenton Hayden for 2 tries in that game, 37 points to 10 in that game. And this match was absolutely really good, and I just feel so sorry for the Panthers because they have lost Nathan Cleary due to a shoulder injury, and obviously like Jerome Luai filled in for Nathan Cleary on number 7 squad in that team. But in this game, the Storm, they were really good, really solid, and still, I just have to say that they are a really good team because every single time they verse, say for instance, the Bulldogs, Manly Sea Eagles, they just keep winning and winning and winning, and they just don't lose. They are a really solid team, that they are hard to beat. But I know, like, say, without, like, no, like, stars of the game, like, without no stars of the game for the Melbourne Storm, they will obviously lose because they will struggle. But, yeah, since that, they didn't struggle. They won the game, 37 points to 10 for that match. And, yeah, I feel so sorry for the Panthers because they have lost a couple of players, and I just didn't really think that they were going to win in this game. And they lost by a big margin in that match. And obviously it was an average match in this game because in this game it was just spectacular by the Melbourne Storm to win against the Panthers, 37 points to 10 in that game. And yeah, it was a really simple game anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Dragons going up against the Rabbitohs. Now in this game, the Rabbitohs, they have a full strength team. They were solid, like obviously the Storm, as I said before, as I mentioned, they are a really good team, and I just have to say by them, they are a really good club. And credit to the Rabbitohs, they are a really good team, and I just have to say by this team, 50 points to 14 was absolutely very good by the Rabbitohs, that they obviously won that game. And I just have to say by this side, the Rabbitohs, they were a very full strength team that really get the job done. But sometimes without those couple of players, they do lose possession, and obviously they aren't a very full strength team at all. But at the moment, for the Dragons to get 3 tries in that game, I didn't think that they were going to win in this match due to a number of players out due to the COVID breach. And I just have to say, like, the Dragons are a really good team, but without no speed and talent there, they aren't really good of a team at the moment. And without this side, and without a good side, they aren't really good. And at the moment, I just think that they need to aim up their defence and do a really good ball-playing ball. But the Dragons, they were really sloppy, but I just have to say, yeah, well done from the Rabbitohs making a really good win against the Dragons anyway. 50 points to 14 in that game. The next game of that match, we see the Bulldogs going up against the Titans. Now, in this game, the Bulldogs, they aren't a good team, and they have been going down pretty low. They didn't get a scoreline until the final minute in the second half, and this scoreline was 34 points to 6 in this game. And luckily, I tipped the Titans because they did win in that game. And really, thankfully enough, that the Titans really came out firing in this game to basically win against the Bulldogs. And I just feel so sorry for the Bulldogs, but this season, you guys are just terrible. But the next season, I know you're going to get good players, but you guys aren't really a full strength team. And I feel so sorry for you guys because at the moment, they aren't a very good team at the moment. And without no, like, possession and no talent, no defense, no attack, I just think, I don't know, like, the Bulldogs are just terrible. And for the Titans, they are a really good team. They've got really good players, and I just have to say, by this club, they are an average club that gets the job done. And I just have to say, by this team, they are a really good team, and they build a really good strategy in that game. And I just have to say, well done from the Titans for making a really good win against the Bulldogs, 34 points to 6. And finally, the next game of that match, we see the Sharks going up against the Sea Eagles. Now, in this game, the Sharks, they were really good, but at the moment they were just sloppy and they didn't really get the job done. In the first half, they were playing terrible. And with the Manly Sea Eagles, Tom Javojevic and Ruben Garrick, I just have to say, you guys are superstars of your team. And luckily I traded Chad Townsend for Ruben Garrick because Ruben Garrick was absolutely really good for the Manly Sea Eagles that got the job done for that game in that match. But thankfully enough, 40 points to 22 in that game was pretty close. And for this game, I really did think that in this match they were a really good team, and for this game and for this match it was pretty close and they were really coming out hard, because in this game it was pretty good but it was pretty tight, and Sharks aren't doing too well without no Sean Johnson in that game. But thankfully, Braden Trindle, he scored a couple of tries, but set up tries in that game, and he was a really good player. But yeah, well done from the Manly Sea Eagles for making a really good game, and for a win against the Sharks, 40 points to 22 in that game. Thanks guys for watching this video, guys. Stay tuned for more. We'll be doing a couple of videos coming to you guys soon. Also, we're doing more videos coming to you guys soon, so stay tuned for more. Plus, leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and for this video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care, guys. Stay safe and have a good one. Plus, let's get up to 300 subscribers. We're sitting on 218 anyway, so let's get up to that. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.